The NBA schedule has dropped in full, and oh my God, that November for the Celtics is going to be brutal.
Rain and J's, how we started raising business, how we finished. Locked on Celtics pod, home of the winners. Big.
Hey there, welcome back to the show. I am John Karalis, and today we're going to do a show that no one else has done today in the Celtics world, a schedule podcast, everything about the schedule. Later on, we'll get into some of the more interesting games that we see on the schedule. We'll spend a little time talking about that one topic that everybody just loves to keep talking about, Jaylen Brown's return. So we'll spend some time on that in the second segment. We're going to start with just that brutal. Oh my God. When I opened up the schedule and saw November and it was like, oh, what is happening here? And so I had to get my guy, Tom Westerholm, on the show to discuss this. Tom.
What up?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm great. I am just peachy. So I know everybody wants to make the joke with the Larry Bird joke, 82, 41 home, 41 away. It looks good to me. Yeah. But wow, this November, let's just dive right into that. Because
42 away, 42 home in the month of November. So that'll be good. Yeah.
So I still think this is all related to the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
Kind of like that way. You know, but so we start off, we get October, the 3 p.m. game on that Tuesday against Detroit. They didn't schedule a game in between like we were talking about.
They did instead they did a like the back-to-back Monday, Tuesday. So
yeah,
they gave
the 3 games in 4 nights.
Just a little off. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So instead of like a back-to-back, in front of that New York game, it's all home games. New York. No, it's actually not 3 games in 4 nights. My fault.
It's not.
It's Chicago. It's Chicago
close.
and Brooklyn on a back-to-back on the other end. So, but they have these 4 home games, and then just road heavy. November is madness, just absolute madness. So the 3 games in 4 nights starts with Chicago at home on October 30th, and then November 1st at Orlando, November 2nd at Houston. Then you come back.
Which I want to be really clear about something for our less traveled listeners.
Yeah.
Orlando and Houston are not close. Those are not close cities. So yeah.
So you got to go, you're at home. This is tough. At home. Then you got to go down to Orlando. And then you got to go across to Houston.
Yep.
3 games in 4 nights.
Yep.
And then a 4th game in 6 nights.
Yep.
Back home. You got to go from Houston back home to play Milwaukee.
For our directionally challenged listeners, Houston also not close to Boston.
Yeah. Yep. No. Time zone difference, all of that stuff. Come back to Boston for that game, and then 4-game road trip again. So that Milwaukee game at home is essentially a road game.
Yeah.
Because it's a road game at home, but you get to switch out suitcases. You come home, you throw all your stuff out of one suitcase, you throw a new batch of stuff in the suitcase, and you leave right after that next game. So you're basically flying through your house, and you're not even, you don't get to relax, you don't get to come out, I get to sleep in my own bed. It's a glorified road game. So you have that, then you go Charlotte, day off, Milwaukee, day off, Philly, Toronto in the back-to-back. So Philly on November 10th, first Jaylen Brown, official game, forget the preseason stuff. First official Jaylen Brown game on November 10th, part of 3 games in 4 nights. The Celtics are just going to be crushed by then. Those 2 games just going to be a mess. So right away, the Celtics have that early game against Detroit, a couple of days off, and then all of a sudden just madness up until this Toronto game before they get 3 days off. Just digest that for a second.
Exhausting.
what is this? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, another 4, that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games in the month of November. 4 of them are at home. 2 of them are really kind of like fake home games, that Milwaukee one. And then the other side of it, Atlanta, at least they have 2 days off before coming home to play in Atlanta. So you get a little bit of a reprieve, but 1 game at home and you fly out and go to San Antonio and Dallas. So, and I'm sorry, I glossed over this very weird part about this. There's like a mini West Coast trip.
Yes.
In the middle of this.
Yeah.
I've never seen this, Tom.
I've never seen this.
2 home games and then Denver, Sacramento, Golden State. 3-game West Coast trip.
Yep.
When has that ever happened? I literally have never seen this before.
Yeah. Well, and then it's Golden State to Washington.
Yeah. Cross country to Washington.
To another road game. Like, no, I mean, here's the thing, right? 16 games in a month isn't that unheard. That's not unheard of. You know, that happens usually to most teams at least once a year, right? Like, that's pretty normal. What's insane is the way this is all mashed together. And like, you know, I do think that the Celtics, they've always had like every year there's like some stretch of the season where it's like, that's weird. And it's, you know, the schedule makers, you know, they have a hard job, right? This is not an easy thing to throw together. I'm sure they have some kind of algorithm that they can put everything into, but you still have to like go through, make sure everything makes sense, all that stuff. It's a tough job. The problem is I think it might be 2 things. I think number one, I don't know if the Celtics are the same. In fact, I'm quite sure the Celtics are not the same focal point nationally that they have been in the past. You know, I think there's like, if you're one of the super duper star teams, one of the real marquee teams, I think things are built around you being on national TV. And the Celtics are on national TV plenty, right? Like, there's no question about that. They're on national TV quite a lot. But, you know, no MLK game, right? Like, no, they're not.
No nationally televised MLK Day.
Right. Game. No nationally televised MLK Day game. Lots of other teams, I think, this season are going to really kind of attract people's attention more than the Celtics. Like, at least after the initial, the initial few games. And I think, like, I really do think, I think the NBA Cup makes everything weird because the Celtics had a pretty good setup. Like, you and I were talking about, like, yeah, they usually go out. You know, they usually hit the West Coast. It's usually usually there's like 1 4-game and 1 5-game road trip to the West Coast, right? I've never seen 3 games and 1 game like that. Like, I'm completely with you. The next time they go out to the West Coast, it's a very normal one, but it's a 5-gamer, right? And like,
which is in early January,
which that's normal. They usually have that one. You know what I mean? Like that 5-game January, like that happens fairly often. But I think that the NBA Cup kind of forces everything. You know, I remember them having West Coast games in December. Like that happened too. So I think that the NBA Cup just kind of throwing everything off. Like, all of a sudden, darts have to get thrown at the board. Like, okay, the freaking Warriors, bang, right there. That's okay. And we'll give them, you know, whatever. Who cares? Wizards next, whatever, bang. Like, we got to make this NBA Cup thing work. I mean, I'm not opposed to the NBA Cup. I think it's fine. I think it's kind of, you know, I think it's fine. I think it's a problem when it is starting to, like, really, I don't know. To me, when I look at this schedule, I see a schedule that is deeply affected by the NBA Cup. And that, 100%. I think, is going to be problematic because these guys are already, like, just worked, you know, to the absolute extent that their ligaments can take it. You know, we're like, you cannot tax these guys, ACLs, MCLs, Achilles, you cannot tax them more. We reached the point, you know? So to start, like, just kind of pushing on them a little bit more with the NBA Cup affecting the schedule, to me is like, that's risky business. I don't know if I like it.
I definitely don't like it.
I definitely
don't like it.
Let me clarify. I don't love that. I don't like it.
So at the end of November, which is the first full month of the schedule, the Celtics will have played nearly 37% of their road games for the season. Okay.
Yeah.
They will have played the 14 road games there, plus the road game that starts the season in Detroit. 15 of their 41 road games will have been played before December, before we even figure out who these teams are, what these rosters really do. Think back to last year, November, December. You had Josh Minot doing things. They were still playing Chris Boucher. They didn't know who they were really. And now almost all of these road games are going to be gone already by November, which can be like, oh my God, I can't believe they're being forced to do all that stuff early. You could also turn around and spin it and be like, man, that's a lot of time to bond on the road. These guys are going to figure things out. And there's a ton of home games coming up. That means
you guys like spending time with Paul George.
Let's keep going here with some more of these tough stretches, and then we'll get into the Jaylen Brown stuff. But December looks like, I mean, looking at all the green on the schedule, like, oh, there's a ton of home games there in December. And then things start to normalize a little bit. So let's get into that when we come back here on the Locked On Celtics podcast. Today's show is brought to you by Odoo. Running a business shouldn't feel like you're trying to connect a bunch of systems that were never designed to work together. One app has accounting, one app does inventory, another one is sales, and they don't talk to each other, although all of those things should talk to each other, because you can't have accounting of sales and it's all connected. Odoo connects it all. It's the all-in-one business management software that brings every part of your business together in one powerful platform. From sales, accounting, inventory, marketing, everything works in one place, helping your team move faster, stay organized, focus on growing the business instead of managing software. The best organizations know that success isn't just about talent. It's about making everyone work together on the same goal and working towards the same thing. And that's true in sports, just like it is in business, just like we're talking about the Celtics, figuring out a way to get everybody talking and doing the same thing, working towards the same goal is how you win championships. It's also how your business makes money. Great organizations win because operations matter, and that's why you should go get Odoo. Try it for free today at odoo.com/lockedon. That's odoo.com/lockedon. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day, being with me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now through August and September. We're already halfway through August, so we'll be back to 5 days a week before you know it here in the Locked On Celtics podcast. So make sure you're subscribed. Get the show on whatever podcasting app you decide to use. It's also on YouTube. Get into the comments section there. Yell at me, agree with me, whatever you want to do it in that YouTube comment section and share your thoughts. I'm John Karalis. I cover the Celtics for Sports Illustrated's Celtics on SI. I've been covering the team for about 20 years now. I've been doing this podcast for more than 10. And the weirdness of the schedule brings us to a December that is packed with home games. And I don't know, 2 games that we don't know what the hell are going to be because of the NBA knockout rounds. There's a week full of we don't know what days you're going to be playing, but let's see. That's 8 home games, 8 out of 10 scheduled December games at home, which is nice. I like in this December, the 2 Washington games. You got AJ Dabansa coming back. This is going to be cool for him. You get 2 days. He gets split his ticket distribution into 2. So he doesn't have to pick. You just say, okay, you guys are coming on for day 1. You're coming on day 2. He gets to hang out in Brockton if he wants. Everybody this is a cool thing for everybody. You get to see him a couple of times. So, for all of the, oh my God, November sucks. December is going to be oh, whew, okay. Now by December 28th, everybody's going to be please get me out of here. I need some time away from the kids. Whoops.
I mean, you forgot to mention the AJ Dabansa's return, and then followed by Will Hardy's return, which is honestly just as big. Just as big.
So no other reason to watch the Utah Jazz.
No, not a single other reason to watch the Utah Jazz. No, that'll be a fun month for, some young players. Like, that'll be really cool. And like, I think Pistons December 20. I know it's like we were joking about Pistons Celtics not, like, oh, the Celtics can't even get the Sixers on opening night or whatever. Pistons Celtics is still a really fun game. Like December 20, Pistons Celtics, 25 Heat Celtics, 28 Cavaliers Celtics. Like, there's some really fun home games that the Celtics get to, so like if you're, I don't know, if somebody's home for Christmas or whatever, it's like, hey, there's some good Celtics games to choose from there. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, it's like you said, it is funny to see. I think the thing that strikes me about the schedule is the long stretches on the road, long stretch at home. January has another long stretch on the road, another long stretch at home. Like, there are some significant road stretches and home stands in this year. And then December, December has one of the really long home stretches, home stands. So it'll be a fun month for Boston.
They're home for 14 days. Yeah. They start Monday, the 14th, and through the 28th. It's nothing but home games. And then, like you said, it's like it's all or nothing. You go to Chicago on December 30th for one of 6 games on the road. Chicago.
Yeah, it's a 5-game West Coast trip that starts with a 6th game that's on the way out there. A lot of times they get that Denver game that's either on the way out or on the way back. And this time they're just like, nah, Chicago. And then have 5 games on the West Coast.
And listen, man, this is not an easy trip. This is a tough Chicago to Utah. Okay. You go Utah to Portland, which is always the sneaky, you go back an hour. Then you go Portland to Phoenix. That's a
long ways.
3 games in 4 nights. Utah, Portland, Phoenix is a brutal 3 and 4 for an NBA team. Then you go out and you play 2 games against the Lakers and Clippers. Thankfully, you get to stay in one place for a while. You get to calm down a little bit. And you come home for another stretch of 9 out of 10 games at home. I mean, listen, I'm all for these big home stretches and everything, but I don't understand why they couldn't space this out a little bit. Why this had to be this way? I mean, is it the Bruins? Is there something crazy I'm missing with the Bruins? Is there something going on that I just don't understand? I haven't seen anything reported anywhere about like, oh yeah, no, the Celtics are screwed this year. This isn't like the San Antonio Spurs with the rodeo road trip. Right. This is just like you're on the road for a bunch, then you're at home for a bunch, then back on the road for 2 weeks, and then you're back at home forever. Like it's just nuts. And then tucked into all of this, Tom, the 21st, another third game in 4 nights, the Philadelphia 76ers, Jaylen Brown's return, January 21st, which is on Amazon Prime. So all of this time I've been saying the league does not care about this storyline. They do not care about the storyline. Here's Jaylen Brown's return. It's your 3rd game in 4 nights, and we're putting it on the shopping network. So go ahead and buy your laundry detergent and, start looking for some spring fashion, maybe, whatever. And then, oh, by the way, here's Jaylen Brown back in Boston. Like they didn't put it on any of the broadcast networks. It's it's on QVC. Here you go. Like, it's just, and to be honest,
Blake Griffin and Taylor Rooks, take it away. This is
the and I like them.
I do. They're great. They're both awesome.
They're great. But this is nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Jaylen Brown storyline anymore. Like, even I wrote a thing on SI, like broke out. Let me just break out the Jaylen Brown part of the schedule. Nothing. No one cares. No one cares. It's just. So that's it. Like that. It's not the headline of this show. We're just barely getting to it. And like I said, it's tucked into the middle of January, which is not like other players have made their first return in January, but it's like right in the middle of the doldrums. And it's on like the least accessible of the national outlets. Like, it's kind of an afterthought. No one cares anymore, which is crazy because he's a superstar who got traded, and it just continues. Like, every aspect of this whole thing has been weird from the beginning, and even how it's being treated by the league and the schedule is weird. So I don't know. I'm throwing my hands up in the air with this whole Jaylen thing.
Yeah, I mean, putting it on Prime is kind of the equivalent of, like, you know, when you're crossing a road and you do like the fake hustle, like, oh yeah. This is like a real one. Oh, look at, yeah, I'm really running. Thank you for waiting. Thank you. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It almost feels like it's bizarre because this feels like the storyline with the Celtics that everybody in the national media has wanted, right? Like everybody pushed for like they're gonna break up the Jays. They're finally gonna break up the Jays, and then when they finally did, it's like, yep, well, there's the Jays broken up. I almost wonder if it's like, if there's like less drama around it because they won, you know, like, well, I mean, not everything can last forever, and these guys did accomplish what they set out to accomplish, and now that it's over, it's just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, things fall apart, right? Like, it's just like,
I guess,
great, okay. Guess. I mean, and I guess I also wonder because, like, Jaylen, there's almost like this note of like sadness to it, you know. It doesn't necessarily feel like it doesn't necessarily feel like an I'm so mad, I'm gonna go out and show these guys. It's more of like man, it kind of stinks that it ended this way. For like on Jaylen's side, on Brad's side, you know, Jaylen threw his phone across the room. Brad's talking about how the salary cap, you know, didn't like allow him to keep this team together. I don't know, maybe Adam Silver's just like, I don't really want this like salary cap thing to be like a prime conversation here. Maybe so, like, you know, like let's just put Jaylen back to Boston mid-January when there's other storylines going on, and then maybe people won't talk about how teams can't afford to hang on to their homegrown talent anymore. Yeah. I don't know. It's just you know,
I guess
it's a weird one, man.
It is a weird one. It's a B story. It's a B story on a TV show. This is like The Good Place. He's like Tahani. It's you know, the story is Eleanor and
Tahani.
Yeah. It's like you get the story there. It's like Eleanor and Chidi, and oh my God, she's gonna get caught. And then you cut away to Tahani being upset that she's not, you know, being used. Credit. It's like a little bit of that, and her and Jason now let's cut back to LeBron. You know, the A story, and like, all right, we're gonna go check in with the B story, and Jaylen's gonna do his thing. Oh yeah, he's still mad at the Celtics or whatever. And like, okay, that no one tuned in for that part of the story. They're tuning in for the LeBron part of the story, but you gotta have a B story to keep the episode moving. And so like that's what this is. It's just for whatever reason, it's just been relegated to B story status, and that's
it's not gonna be the season finale. You know, it's not gonna be the season finale. It's just like a nice episode 6. Like we'll really explore this one in episode 6 on Amazon Prime. Like,
or like The Simpsons when they did a Lisa Simpson episode. This is a Lisa Simpson episode. You know, this isn't Bart or Homer. It's not even a Marge. It's a Lisa Simpson episode. All right, let's get to some of the more interesting. Let's finish up the schedule and get to some of the interesting games that we're looking forward to when we come back here on the Locked On Celtics podcast. Thanks for making Locked On Celtics your first listen. And for your second listen, how about the Locked On NBA podcast? No off season there. In the afternoons, Wes, Matt, and Hayes keep you up to date on everything that's happening in the league. Then at Locked On NBA Game Night at night, 7 days a week, still not stopping there. I'm on Wednesdays with Kuka Hill of Locked On Pistons. So go check us out there. It's all on the Locked On Podcast Network, where it is your team every day. And for us, here we get through the rest of the schedule. I don't think like January there's that big stretch, and then after that it kind of gets normal.
Then it's finally normal.
Then it's finally it's like, okay, March looks normal. A couple of road games, come back, play. It's, you know, and every other night, there's the 3 and 4 that's always mixed in there, but everything else looks kind of normal after that, which kind of lends itself to the hey, the NBA Cup is messing things up. I don't know, man, but this NBA Cup, some people love it. I don't care. I don't care about it at all. You know what? I don't think the league cares as much as it's supposed to, because we had a rematch of the NBA Cup in the NBA Finals, and they didn't play that up at all.
Yeah.
They didn't play that up at all. Like, why are we doing all of this to these schedules? And I haven't even looked at the other teams specifically. The Celtics are sure not the only team going through this stupidity of a weird schedule, all because of an NBA Cup. That why did that not get promoted? Why didn't the NBA be like, hey, here's an opportunity, man. We had the NBA Cup right there. These two teams have played for a trophy before. Why is that not just being super hyped up? This is an opportunity to market the cup. And now they didn't do it. And so here we are, like, oh, we're still making that NBA Cup thing happen, and getting that Emirates money. But
right.
Dude, how much does the league care? How am I supposed to care if the league didn't care enough to promote it in the finals?
My 30-second rant on this is, I think two things happen. One, I think the NBA is too pot committed to this because they have to have that money coming in, right? They have to have that like sponsor money coming in. But then I think one of the reasons it's not hitting is because we, as like a basketball watching society, are so online and so irony poisoned that like when it's like, oh yeah, you won the NBA Cup. Whoa,
yeah,
look at you, big guy, you did it. You did it. Good for you. And it's like nobody can actually get excited about it and actually like, if you got excited about winning the NBA Cup, everybody would make fun of you online, and nobody wants that. So you can't get excited about the NBA Cup. So if nobody's going to get excited about it, then the NBA doesn't have a product that is actually exciting and really. Yeah. So now all they have is something that sells Emirates money, right? Like that's like, great, awesome, love this for everybody involved. But yeah.
Do you have any games on the schedule in particular? Any particular dates that you're like, oh, this is gonna be interesting?
I have one.
Okay.
Well, just one that I listen, man. I don't know how much into it how deeply into it I want to go, because I'm not trying to speak anything into or out of existence. But I think February 12th, the Timberwolves come to Boston, and the Timberwolves are my team to watch this year for a few reasons. And I'm I'm interested in that one. So Timberwolves will be in Boston on Friday, February 12th, 8 p.m.
I like that.
Yeah. It's a fun little stretch there too, because you also have three games in 4 nights, so it's a tough one for the Celtics. But before that, you have Denver, Warriors, and then Timberwolves all coming to Boston. So some West Coast teams, and ending with the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's a good one. There's a lot of, I think the Celtics have the second most back-to-backs. They have 15 back-to-backs. That's going to be a lot of opportunity there for some of these guys, because we know like Mitchell Robinson's not going to play back-to-backs. Paul George probably shouldn't play back-to-backs. I don't know if Jayson Tatum, what he's going to do on back-to-backs. Like, is he going to play or not? They probably shouldn't play him on every back-to-back. They should pick a few to rest him, at least a few. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of opportunity. It's one of the side effects of this schedule is the depth is going to have to be on point. So a lot of these guys are, I have not mentioned Ron Harper Jr. much, but he's probably going to get a lot of early opportunity. We're probably going to see like 10 deep rotations. Yeah. Because mixed into a lot of these games, especially early on with all those all road games, and all that stuff, a lot of guys are going to have to sit. You can't just throw everybody in. And even Tatum, you can't play him 38 minutes right out of the gate. So you're going to have to probably start him somewhere in like 30, 31 or something like that. So a lot of these guys, Ugo, Ron Harper, like Jordan, they're all going to get these opportunities to play and earn some minutes. One of the early subplots of this season is going to be which of these guys takes most advantage of this opportunity. And like when we get to this point, that Minnesota game that you're talking about, we'll see what Minnesota is, because they don't know who they're going to be yet. But I'm going to be really interested to see what that team, the Celtics team, looks like. That's the second to last home game before the All-Star break. How do they look like going into the All-Star break versus what they look like coming into the season? Because all of that November mess is going to give a lot of guys a chance. And by this point, maybe some guys will have separated themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
I have two games that are interesting to me. One is the Dallas Mavericks on November 15th.
Yeah.
Which is a Sunday at 6 p.m. Partly because Cooper Flag is in town. It's a Sunday early evening game. Kyrie is going to come back, so you get that kind of stuff. Also, the Patriots play at 9:30 in the morning because they're in Germany.
Right.
Yeah. So that's going to be like, people are going to wake up. There's going to be a 9:30 game. There's plenty of time there. You can start your afternoon drinking, your day drinking. By the fourth quarter, you'll have a nice 5-hour chunk to go hit the bars, get yourself something to eat, and then go to that Celtics game. That's going to be a weird crowd. There's going to be people from Maine rooting for Cooper Flag. There's going to be people hating on Kyrie. Be a bunch of people who are drunk. It's going to that has the potential to be a crazy crowd.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. Listen, I mean, I think I really like when West Coast teams come to Boston. It's just a fun to like, because you only see them twice a year, you know? Or like Western Conference, not West Coast. But when Western Conference teams come to Boston, it's always, especially like when there's some juice there, like a Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving. It's like, this is your chance. This is cool. It's a cool environment.
My other game I'm really looking forward to is Indiana Pacers, January 20th. It's your first chance to see Tyrese Halliburton by January 20th. That's the game right before Jaylen Brown's return too.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to see what the Pacers, because
that's their first time playing them all year, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So it'll be that's your first chance to look at them in person. And by then you'll have Halliburton knocking off the rust.
Yeah.
We don't know what the Pacers are going to be. There's time to kind of, because they got Zubac now. You're going to have to that's going to be right around the time. I would not be surprised if the Pacers come in at like below 500 at that point, but start to play good basketball and make like a very Pacer-like run. Like they could be like the 7th seed, and all of a sudden this could be one of the beginnings of the, by March, so here come the Pacers. They're up to 5th or something, So that's going to be an interesting game to me.
Yeah. No, that's a good pick. That'll be a fun one for sure.
And then my last point before we wrap up, I'm very fascinated by the April schedule, because it's 6 games, 4 on the road, but it's Cleveland on the road, Miami at home, day off, New York Knicks on the road, 2 days off, Orlando on the road, day off, Atlanta on the road, come home, Milwaukee, final game of the year. I don't know what the East is going to look like. It's probably going to be pretty tight. Cleveland, Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, they're all probably going to be in a similar mix, I think, to Boston. So, or they have the potential at this point, as we record on August 13th. Things can change. We don't know what's going to happen, but I think Boston, like New York, is going to be presumably at the top. Yeah. Milwaukee, presumably at the bottom.
Yep.
Who knows how good Miami is going to be? Who knows how good these other teams are going to be? But there's a chance that all of these games will have impact on the standings. So that April stretch, all of those games could be really important for a team that home court could be decided.
That's right.
In April.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a very interesting stretch for me as well.
Play-in might be decided in April. Yeah.
Could be. Listen, this could very easily be.
Whether that's for the Celtics or one of these other teams, Magic, Hawks, whoever. Yeah.
Oh, sure. For sure. Yep. But we could be in a situation where the play-in is 2 games from the 4th seed or something,
That's
like 3 games from
That's
the 4th seed. You could go into April 1st against Cleveland tied for 7th and go on a beat Cleveland, beat Miami, beat Orlando, beat Atlanta, and then win 4 out of 6, and all of a sudden you get home court in the first round. I'm not ruling that out, especially if these are teams these are tiebreaker games. These are potential these games could be real swing games right down to the end of the season. So they could also be up by 7 games and it might not matter, but there's a real potential for April to really, really matter.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. That's the schedule. Hope everybody's enjoyed that show. Tom, thanks for being here, helping us talk through it, man. Appreciate you being here and doing that. I appreciate all of you listening and watching. Schedule is a weird one, man. It's just a weird kind of scenario with this play-in. Let me know what you think in the comment section on the YouTube page. Share your thoughts there. I would also love it if you shared the podcast. Tell everybody they should be listening to and watching the Locked On Celtics podcast here on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day.